Hey, South Lebanon family. I hope everything's going well with you. Things are definitely crazy here as we get ready to open for the 2021 school year. So I have some updates for you, and I want to go through. This video is going to be a little long, so I do apologize, but it's some really important things to go over. I want to talk first about our cyber numbers. So many of you have been wondering what's going on with dividing our classes into the different sections, adding new sections of classes, and so I want to talk about that. Right now, I'm not able to give you a definite, we're going to have five of this grade, five of this grade. That is the plan. But we have about 115 parents who did not fill out their choice of learning option. So the learning options, the deadline was Wednesday. When that deadline closed, it automatically defaults to in-person learning. But what we're doing to ensure that we don't have a ton of changes as school gets closer is I sent out a final notice to parents telling them that their choice was in-person learning. That went out at 4 o'clock today, and their final choice is in-person learning. And if they don't call back by Monday, that is their option um, until at least the end of the market period. So after Monday, I'm going to be able to firm up things, and then class lists will be able to be changed and distributed and things like that. So we have 125 students currently enrolled in our cyber program, and whether that's the K to 8 or the virtual or the C3 Academy, we have about 15 students enrolled in C3. But I actually called all those parents this week, and we've gotten some of them back into our K to 8 program, which is good because that definitely saves us some money as a district. I want to talk about meals in the cafeteria and what meals are going to look like. Spent some time with the building leadership team this week, and our meal, and one of the things that one of our planning groups did was to set up the LGI to be a secondary cafeteria. I've enclosed a picture on the SMORE document so you can see what the LGI looks like with everything set up. Tables are set up, chairs are 6 feet apart, and there's plenty of walking space in there. So it's definitely going to be different. Uh, with meals, we're going to have something different this year in that the meals are going to be all grab and go meals. There are going to be packaged up by the cafeteria workers prior and just handed to the students. So it should speed up time going through the lines. That's also essential the way we're doing our cafeteria because it's split between the LGI and the actual cafeteria. So to set up serving lines at both locations would be virtually impossible. So students won't have as many choices. We'll get through the line faster. We'll get sat down faster. Students will have assigned seats in the cafeteria and in the LGI, so that we have to do this for contact tracing. So we'll figure out in the coming weeks how we're going to assign those seats, and so we'll talk about that at a later date. And finally, there will be all students are going to have a swipe card with their lunch pin lunch pin embedded into a barcode, and instead of touching the pin pad every time, they are going to simply swipe their ID, and it will read it and charge them the appropriate amount for lunch. There won't be any extras like ice cream and things like that this year. It's going to be just strictly lunch. And the only choices that the kids will have with their lunch is the kind of milk. And Emily Rodriguez has even said that she's only ordering like 2 different kinds of milk this year. So the swipe cards brings me to my next point that I want to share about lanyards. So there's been a lot of things going around. I get a lot of emails about advertisements for mask lanyards and things like that. So I was thinking, I thought the lanyards are definitely a good idea. So if a student removes their mask at lunch, it doesn't fall on the floor. It doesn't, get left behind. It can be hooked to a lanyard. So as I researched the lanyards and knowing that we're going to have these swipe cards too, I felt like a lanyard was a really good idea. I went with a regular lanyard and not a specialized lanyard because the swipe card can hook to it and the mask can be hooked to the lanyard itself. The lanyards are actually pretty cool. I ordered them today, and they say Cedar Crest Falcons on them, and they're blue school colors, and they have a lobster claw type hook that's really easy for kids to operate. So um, that way they can move more efficiently through and keep their masks on their person with them. Now, question did come up in the building leadership team meeting about breakaway masks. I chose not to order breakaway lanyards because they were a lot more expensive, and I was unable to get them at a reasonable cost for the quantity that we needed. Um, but I also know that the majority. I was thinking it through. The majority of the time, the kids are going to have the mask on, and not when they're having the mask on, they're not going to be attached to the lanyard. We'll have to be careful at recess if they have their masks off at recess. Um, so that's some information about lunch. I want to talk to you now about specials and what specials looks like. I've attached a mock special schedule to the SMORE document, so you can take a look at kind of what specials will look like. I've got two tabs on that spreadsheet. One is a master schedule, and then one is what a typical day schedule would look like for a grade. So you'll notice that the schedule is broken into 11 weeks. So what we're doing is it's a 4-day cycle, and every 4 days for 4 days. So for the first 4 days, for week 1, days 1 through 4, the kids will have the same special every day. And then when they move to week 2, they'll move on to the next special. What that does is it limits the amount of exposure that the specialists have to kids. It drastically limits that exposure. Still allows them to get all their instructional time in, and allows the kids to continue to see the specialist throughout the year. So take a look at that. The grade levels that are on that special and the times, it's based on last year's schedule, and I tried to leave the specials the same times, but those are subject to change. So it's more the document that I put on there is more of an example for you. I want to talk to you a little bit about recess, what recess is going to look like, and the planning groups that we have in place. So for recess, we're looking at alternate locations to have recess so we can spread our kids out. So if we have 4 or 5 different places to have recess where kids can go, and then we can kind of say on day 1, this group goes here, day 2, this group goes here. So the kids can kind of move around to those different places. I've got a planning group in charge of that. So at our building leadership team on Wednesday, we broke into a planning group. And we broke into different planning groups. So the groups that we have are cafeteria and LGI layout for lunch, bathroom, drink, and mask break schedules. So they're looking at I did make a mock building schedule, or I made a building schedule with what I feel will work. So I have my leadership team reviewing that schedule to make sure to look for errors that I've made, and they're going to also utilize that to then try to make a schedule for bathroom breaks, drinks, and mask breaks, etc. Got a group for special education pull-out procedures. Got a group for kindergarten bus ride and open house. That's the only open house we're going to have this year. Nursing protocols. So what will we do to send kids to the nurse? What will we do to when the kids get to the nurse, or how will Donna there's lots of things to consider there that group is going to go and figure out. Student arrival and dismissal, and how that's going to look differently to ensure that we don't have a whole bunch of kids in the hallway at one time. And then also recess area and times, as I talked about. So those are a lot of the planning groups that are going on, and we're going to meet next week. We're going to flush out some of the plans that the groups have had, and we'll see. We'll go from there and continue planning and sharing. So in the future, a lot of you have sent some questions. So at the end of these documents, I'm going to put a FAQ section. And so as you ask questions, I can type in answers to those questions. So we'll kind of have a running record of questions that have been asked. So I appreciate your time. I know this was a little bit of a long video, but I felt there's a lot to share with where we're at. And I want you to take care of yourself, and we'll see you real soon.